buttercup, you're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall, won't stop till I get enough.
All right, welcome to another Deep Dive. So it's Saturday night, December 7, 2024. The SEC Championship just wrapped up in Atlanta.
You know her.
Of course, Georgia, another win. They snagged it. But really, what's got everybody buzzing is the backup quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Gunner Stockton.
Absolutely.
We're diving into this Fox Sports article. It's all about him and why tonight, I mean, this could be like his breakout moment.
Well, and what's so fascinating about this is that he wasn't just kind of thrown into any game, right? This was the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a playoff spot on the line.
Oh, yeah, huge.
Georgia, they were trailing at halftime.
Yeah.
And their starting quarterback, Carson Beck, he went down with an injury.
Talk about a trial by fire.
I know, right?
Like Stockton, I mean, he was a 4-star recruit coming out of high school.
Yeah.
But he's been kind of under the radar up until now.
Right.
And suddenly he's in the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, and he leads them to a touchdown.
I mean, can you believe it? On his first possession?
And it wasn't just any touchdown drive either.
Yeah.
The article really highlights how he showed this real command of the offense, He wasn't just managing the game.
Yeah.
He was making, decisive reads and throws. He even threaded the needle on a couple of those passes.
Yeah, I was going to say, there were a couple, real tight window throws in there.
Yeah.
And in this article, even Coach Kirby Smart is quoted as saying that Stockton is, quote, a winner.
Yeah.
And special, end quote.
Yeah.
And, those aren't words that Kirby Smart just throws around lightly.
No.
So it makes you wonder, what specifically about Stockton's performance impressed Smart so much?
Well, I think it's a combination of things, The article mentions his poise, especially under pressure, his ability to make, those really quick decisions.
Yeah.
And his willingness to take risks.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, this is a guy who really hasn't seen that much real game action, and yet he stepped onto that field with such confidence and executed that game plan.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't forget that gutsy performance in overtime too,
right.
Even after taking a hard hit. And that's actually what brought Beck back in for the final play.
Right.
But Stockton had that fire in his eyes,
Yeah.
And there's this quote from Stockton himself where he's talking about, wanting the seniors to go out the right way. You can just sense that team spirit and that drive to win,
You really can't. It's just a testament to his character and his leadership. Even as a backup, he wasn't just playing for himself out there. He was playing for his team, for his coaches, and for those seniors.
For sure.
Those guys playing in their final SEC championship game.
It's almost like watching one of those classic underdog stories.
Right.
Unfolding right in front of us. But to really, understand this moment, we need to rewind a bit.
Yeah.
Look at Stockton's background.
Yeah.
And this article gives us some clues.
Yeah.
He's from Tiger, Georgia, small town, which probably instilled in him this really strong work ethic, right?
Probably.
He was, highly recruited out of high school. I mean, ranked the number 7 quarterback prospect in his class.
Oh, wow.
Which, to put that into perspective for our listeners, that means he was considered one of the top players in the country.
Right, absolutely.
Coming out of high school.
Huge expectations for him coming out of high school, But college football, it's a whole different beast.
Oh, yeah.
He had to adjust to a new level of competition, learn a complex playbook and earn his place on a team that already had established quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, you've got, this picture of this small-town kid with, this big-time talent. But before this game, his college stats weren't exactly, setting the world on fire.
Right.
He'd mostly seen, mop-up duty coming in when the game was already decided.
Right, right.
The article even mentions his previous career highs. 96 passing yards against Florida State.
Yeah.
Back in 2023. 2 touchdown passes in that same game.
Yeah, and that's what makes this SEC championship performance so striking, right? It's a stark contrast to everything that came before.
Yeah.
While his 12 for 16 completions for 71 yards in the championship game, it doesn't jump off the stat sheet.
Yep.
It's the context that makes it remarkable.
Yeah.
He wasn't racking up yards against weaker opponents,
Right.
He was making clutch throws against one of the best defenses in the country when the pressure was on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it really begs the question, what happens next?
Right.
This Fox Sports article is focused on this one game.
Yeah.
But it kind of, has major implications for Georgia's future and Stockton's career.
Right. This performance, it throws a wrench into Georgia's quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Carson Beck, he's graduating, so that starting job is wide open.
It is.
And up until now, I think everybody just assumed Brock Vandegrift would just be next in line.
Right.
He was, what, a 5-star recruit?
Yeah, I mean...
Even more highly touted than Stockton?
Yeah.
And he's been waiting in the wings for his chance.
Yeah, so now you've got Vandegrift, who's been, groomed for this role.
Right.
And then you've got Stockton, who just had this incredible, breakout performance.
Right.
How do you think this plays out? Could we see, an all-out quarterback battle in the offseason?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Coach Smart is going to give both quarterbacks a fair shot.
Right.
Spring practice and fall camp, those are going to be crucial.
Yeah.
For them to showcase their skills and prove they deserve that starting spot.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how Vandegrift responds to this new challenge,
Yeah.
He's been the presumed heir apparent for so long.
Yeah, he has.
But now he has to, fight for his spot.
He does. And think about the pressure on Stockton, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he had one amazing game.
Right.
But, can he replicate that success consistently? Can he handle those expectations and the scrutiny that comes with being the starting quarterback at a program like Georgia?
Right. That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
This one game, it could be a fluke, or it could be the start of something really special.
Right.
I think we need to see more from him before we, crown him the next Georgia great.
Yeah.
But what I find fascinating is how this situation might affect their development.
Yeah.
Competition can be a powerful motivator.
Absolutely.
Having to battle for that starting job, that could push both quarterbacks to, elevate their game.
It's like they're both on this accelerated learning curve now, right?
Right.
They're not just competing against each other.
Yeah.
They're pushing each other to become better players.
Exactly.
And Coach Smart, he loves that kind of competitive fire.
He does. It brings out the best in everyone.
Yeah.
And don't forget the impact this could have on recruiting.
Recruiting, right.
Georgia, they're already a magnet for top talent.
Oh, yeah. But now you've got this intriguing quarterback battle that could entice even more elite recruits to consider coming to Athens.
Right. Imagine you're a top high school quarterback prospect.
Yeah.
You're looking at Georgia, a program with a history of developing quarterbacks and winning championships.
Right.
And now you see this wide open competition for the starting spot.
Yeah.
That's a pretty enticing opportunity.
Absolutely. It adds another layer of intrigue to the program.
Yeah.
This one performance by Stockton, it could have ripple effects that extend far beyond the football field, impacting recruiting, team dynamics, even the coaching staff's decision-making.
It is. It's crazy to think that, one game,
I know,
one moment could have such a, significant impact. And, this Fox Sports article, it shines a light on Stockton's, breakout performance.
It does.
But it also hints at, a much larger story, one that's still being written.
Right. We're witnessing the beginning of what could be, a defining chapter for Georgia football and for Gunner Stockton himself.
Absolutely.
It's exciting to see how this all unfolds.
It all kind of circles back to the question of, who is Gunner Stockton, really?
Yeah.
This Fox Sports article gives us this glimpse of his talent, his character.
Right.
But it feels like we're just, scratching the surface.
Yeah, this game, it was a window into his potential.
Right.
He showed he can handle the pressure,
Right.
make those smart decisions, lead a team to victory. But the big question is, can he sustain this level of play?
Right. Was this a one-time,
was it a fluke? Or
a flash of brilliance?
Right. Or is this the new Gunner Stockton?
Right.
I'm
curious to see how he handles the increased attention and the heightened expectations.
Right. For sure.
He went from being a relative unknown to the talk of college football literally overnight.
Right.
How's he going to deal with that pressure? And how will he respond to that challenge of, competing with Vandegrift for that starting job?
Yeah.
We know he has the talent.
Right.
But does he have the work ethic?
Right.
The mental toughness, the leadership qualities to become a truly great quarterback?
These are the questions that are going to define his legacy at Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Will this be remembered as the game that launched him into stardom? Or will it just be a footnote in, a disappointing career?
Right.
It's up to him to write that next chapter.
And that's what makes this so compelling.
It is.
We're witnessing the beginning of a journey,
Yeah.
and we have no idea where it'll lead.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of sports. The unpredictability, the potential for greatness,
Absolutely.
the human drama
Oh, it's all there.
that unfolds along the way.
Well, this deep dive into Gunner Stockton's breakout performance has been fascinating.
Yeah, it has.
You know, we explored his background, his journey to this point.
Yeah.
And the potential impact of this one game, I mean, not just on his future, but on Georgia football.
Right.
And even, like, on the landscape of college football recruiting.
This is a story that will continue to unfold.
Oh, absolutely.
And I have a feeling we'll be talking about Gunner Stockton for years to come.
I think so, too.
It'll be interesting to revisit this, down the road.
Yeah.
And see how it all played out.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Keep an eye on Gunner Stockton, because this kid just might be the real deal.
He might be.
And we'll catch you next time.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.